A father told his young boy to go to bed. He started up the stairs, but realized it was dark and he couldn't reach the light switch. He went back, but his dad told him to go up because God was there. Without another word, he started up. But on the first step, he stopped. He looked up and he said, "God, if you are there, please don't move or you'll scare me to death." Most of us fear darkness and the night. None of us can forget the Prince of Darkness who might be lurking nearby, certainly at the top of those stairs. For all us moviegoers, young and old, there are the Star Wars movies with the forces of light against the forces of dark, Luke Skywalker versus Darth Vader. There's Harry Potter against Voldemort. Tolkien's Lord of the Rings, the trilogy, has Frodo against Sauron. Good versus evil, and light versus darkness. These themes seem to be everywhere. And during Lent, they pop up again and again and again. On this fourth Sunday of Lent, we're fast approaching Easter, when the church will be in darkness, followed by the lighting of many candles, and then the Easter candle, the Paschal candle. In a very symbolic way, the light of Christ will be with us. It will shine brightly, and darkness will be gone. Our gospel reading from John talks about darkness. John tells us that whoever lives the truth comes to the light, and that light is Jesus, the Son of God. John tells us that people who prefer darkness instead of light do so because their works are evil and the wicked things they do must be hidden in the darkness. So, with that in mind, here in this church, we all look to the light, and we eagerly await it because of what it represents and offers us the truth, and that is the way of Jesus. However, even though we welcome the light as Christ's arrival and his constant presence, we can't deny the fact that most of us spend much of our time, much of our lives in darkness of one sort or another. We're not wicked or evil, we're just fearful. We cannot find our way out of the darkness, our shadows, we just can't, not by ourselves. So what do? What can we do? The best approach is to learn how to be in the darkness, how to walk in the darkness. We shouldn't deny and fear it, especially because we're in the darkness as much as the light, spiritually and physically. Consider that we need darkness as much as light. It's in spiritual darkness when we're most vulnerable to God. That's when we let God get close to us. That's when God can reach us. Think of the many times when we've been in spiritual darkness, and we all have been at one time or another, when we're depressed, when we're lonely. It's only then that in the darkness we're humble enough to say, "Help me, God. I don't know where I am in my life. I'm lost. I can no longer see my way. God, I need your presence to help me survive these very difficult times." Think of those times when we've been afraid of the physical darkness because we fear that something bad or evil lurks within it. It's just our imagination, trained from childhood and running wild. Actually, physical darkness is just as important as the light. It's essential for our well-being. We need plenty of darkness to sleep well. We also need it to be well. Let's not forget that darkness has a very special place in the Bible. Abraham was led outside at night by God to look at the stars. And that's when he decided to trust God. God went to Jacob in the middle of the night after he had fled the family that he had betrayed. Jacob's night vision of the ladder reaching heaven with God's angels climbing up and down convinced Jacob to believe in God. The exodus from Egypt happened at night. God parted the Red Sea at night. Manna fell from the wilderness sky at night. God met Moses in the thick darkness on Mount Sinai. And Jesus was born beneath a star and resurrected in the darkness of a cave. So what's wrong with darkness? Our conclusion, what can it be? When we fear and avoid physical or spiritual darkness, we may actually be running away from God, who always seeks us out. Now this Lent, we welcome the light, Jesus, but we must not fear the dark. Darkness is where we meet and where we need the divine. Consider the 23rd Psalm that was sung by our choir. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He guides me in right paths for his name's sake. Even though I walk in the dark valley, I fear no evil, for you are at my side with your rod and your staff that give me courage. So next time, we all prepare to climb some stairs in the dark, like the boy going to bed. On the first step, stop, look up and say, God, I know you are there. Please don't move. I need you by my side. Christ is my nightlight, but you are my source of courage. You are my comforter. When I get to the top, hear my prayers. It's in the dark where I can always find you.